This is the Pulse Metrics Show, episode 4. I'm your host, Pulse Metrics, aka Jackson Girding, and boy, do we have a lot to talk about today. Multiple sports news, topics. You're getting all that coverage right here on this show or this channel, so please make sure to subscribe, like this video, do whatever you got to do to continue to show support. You guys know I appreciate it, all and any of it. Real quick, one thing before we get to it, I want to mention. It was really cool to see Skip Bayless back on that episode of First Take. I got up early in the morning to get ready to watch it. I followed Skip Bayless a lot throughout his career. I love what he's done. He may not have the opinion that you want to hear, but you got to hear it. I personally don't agree with any of his takes. I mean, such as the LeBron James being number 9 on his list. I thought that was actually ridiculous. I have LeBron James as my GOAT. If you guys want to see me put up a top 25 players of all time, let me know down in the comments. But LeBron James at 9. I can see why he got a lot of backlash for that. LeBron has his fair share of haters. I know a lot of people personally that hate LeBron. Stephen A. Smith had to check him on that one. I agree with him doing that because even Stephen A. Smith, who has had some pretty bad takes himself, knows how to put LeBron James. He knows where to rank him. He knows the correct spot to put him, and that is in the top 2. And that is where he belongs, because if you go off career-wise, if you go off a career, what they've done for their resume, LeBron James is either 2 or 1. You take your pick. Anyone arguing with that is just simply trying to be different. But another topic I want to get into, the struggles of Cal Raleigh. Brother, what in the world are we doing? If you guys go back and see my top 50 MLB players going into last season or going into this season, I had Cal Raleigh as a top 10, arguably top 5 player in the entire league. What do you think's happening after that? Cal Raleigh is 0 for his last 32 at-bats. 0 for 32. Did not get a single hit that entire long White Sox series, including one of those games going 0 for 5 with 5 pop-ups and flyouts. You cannot excuse that. Before the season, there were a lot of, one-hit wonder narratives around him. And I thought that's just a bunch of gobbledygook. That's just a bunch of horseradish to stir up some controversy. But the more I honestly thought about it, the more I've watched him play, the more I've thought, man, he really might be a one-hit wonder. Maybe it's just, and honestly, actually, I was about to say that, but I'm reversing my opinion. I don't want to hear this BS, he'll be fine anymore, or it's early in the season. We are almost 2 months already into this season. And Cal Raleigh has bat 161 on the year so far. He is 11th in strikeouts throughout the entire league. 11th. That's the only stat to where he's top 20 in something. You can simply not defend that. I'm sorry. You cannot defend that. On the year, so as I said, 161 average, 7 home runs, a 573 OPS, 49 only 49 total bases, 2 stolen bases, 53 times he has struck out, and only 18 RBIs, which is 89th in the league. It's really dire for Cal Raleigh. Last year, he was insane. He looks like a totally different guy than what I saw from him in 2025. 2025, he was dominant. He was actually patient with his at-bats. He worked some ABs. He didn't try to just, go in, hit a home run first try every time, because it looks like he's trying to almost speed run these at-bats. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just my lying eyes, but that's how I see it. That's how I really see it. It's really bad for a guy who was considered MVP last year. This is an MVP candidate? Are you kidding me? And I don't know why the Mariners still refuse to see this. The Mariners are still having him batting in the 2-hole. Why? Give it to like Randy Arozarena, who actually has deserved it. Julio Rodriguez has been another guy to where I've been really impressed with him so far this year. He doesn't have the best stats in the world. Yeah, I know all of that. He's batting .272, 6 home runs, 18 RBIs, but he's impressed me a lot more than Cal Raleigh has this year. So, Cal Raleigh, I'm not saying send him down to the minor leagues or anything, but you got to do something. Like, move him down in the batting order to, like, maybe 8th or 7th. Just light a fire under him, because right now he's lost kind of all of his fight as of this moment. But my next topic is Joel Embiid an all-time playoff choker? Because after what I saw, I wanted to physically throw up versus when we faced the Knicks last night on Mother's Day. I was having a great time with my mom, spending the day with her, and then we both will have to sit through that miserable, terrible game. My whole family did. They wasted my time. It was embarrassing. It was humiliating. But the Sixers had a great season, okay? I'm not going to take away from anything that they did. Nobody even really expected us to be here in the first place. Everyone thought we were getting at least swept by the Celtics. The Knicks did to us probably what the Celtics should have done to us. Granted, now the Celtics are not as red hot as the Knicks are, but what can you do when Jalen Brunson is shooting 60% from 3-point? He shot 6 of 10 from 3-point last night. I'm sorry. There's absolutely no way to defend that. You can't defend it, quite frankly. The 76ers had only 10 points off of turnovers. The Knicks had 23, including the Knicks having 20 fast break points to our 7 fast break points. That is catastrophic levels of embarrassing. The 76ers only shot 23% from 3-point. The Knicks shot 57. If we want to round up, they shot 57% from 3-point. What do you do with that? I'm so pissed off right now. I can't even speak. The Sixers shot 50% total from the field, and we still found a way to lose in embarrassing fashion. I cannot take this anymore. every single year, it always has to be one team to throw the Sixers off. It's either really the Celtics or the Knicks. Those two teams own us right now. We have to find a way to break this curse. But that brings me to Joel Embiid. Now, he's probably the only player that we had that did not have a bad game. As a matter of fact, Joel Embiid shot 100% field goal, including 2 for 2% from 3. Joel Embiid did not miss a single shot that game. Now, granted, he only took 10 total shots. If you want to combine field goals and 3-pointers, he only took 10 total shots, but still shooting 100% from the field. That's impressive. Shooting 100% from 3-point. That's very impressive. But is he a playoff joker? Simple answer is no. No, he's not. Because if you're just going to you can't just blindly, the same reason I give credit to LeBron James, guys like LeBron James, Josh Allen, blah, 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 all that, yeah. I give credit to those guys because in their losses, at least they have performed at all-time levels. An interesting stat for Josh Allen is that he has 11 total touchdowns and 1 turnover versus the Chiefs in 4 games. 1 turnover versus the Chiefs in 4 games. But people want to blame Allen. Yeah, but it's Allen's fault. Joel Embiid did not miss a single shot versus the Knicks. Oh, but somehow it's his fault. LeBron James nearly won Finals MVP in a loss, but somehow it's his fault that they lost. You got to look at the context of losses. Now, was Joel Embiid perfect? No, absolutely. He was shooting, but if you take into account the defense, he was not great defensively. No, he was not. Cat absolutely was a sharpshooter. But another player who I want to bring up is Tyrese Maxey. This is 4 games in a row now where Jalen Brunson has blatantly and utterly outplayed him. Just outplayed Tyrese Maxey, Jalen Brunson has. And we'll get to Jalen Brunson in a second. But Tyrese Maxey, man, this is not a good look. Only shooting 1 for 7 from 3-point. 6 for 16 from the field. It's not a good look. It really isn't. He didn't have any steals. He only had 2 rebounds, 4 assists. Only had 17 points in 33 minutes. And that second quarter where he had a .22 rating was really bad. He was great. He was hot to start off in the first quarter. Had a 1.29 rating in the first quarter. That was great. But for the rest of the game, Maxey just disappeared. He could not really do anything. It's not a great look. It really isn't. Like, everybody played bad. VJ Edgecombe. Yeah, sure. Yeah, he had 8.6 rebounds, 7 assists, but shooting 4 for 14 and 0 for 6 from 3-point. Taking 6 3-pointers. VJ Edgecombe has done this at least 3 times in the playoffs, where he just goes ice cold from 3-point, especially me watching him in that Celtics series. But getting over to the Knicks, they played a hell of a game. I tip my cap to them. They were impressive, especially Deuce McBride. I mean, golly. Shooting 7 for 9 from 3-point. He could not miss, especially early in the first quarter where he had a 1.98 rating. That's where he made most of his threes. Quarter really with a quarter breakdown, he was just unstoppable. Quarter one, he had 12 points. 4 for 4 from 3-point. 4 for 4 total from the field. And a 17 plus minus differential. The Knicks as a team had 47 rebounds, 33 assists. That's already. Sixers had 30 rebounds, 24 assists. The Knicks beat us in every stat category. They moved the ball around better than we did by a long shot. But the deciding factor in this series was Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson, this guy is a bad man. This guy in the current day is the equivalent to Rockets James Harden, I feel like. I'm going to make that comparison. He's a pure point guard. 3 assists to Miles McBride, 1 each to Josh Hart, Mitchell Robinson, and Karl Anthony Towns. This entire series, Jalen Brunson has just been unstoppable, scoring 22 points in game 4, scoring 33 points in game 3. I can't even talk right now because of how upset I am. Scoring 26 points in game 2. And then in game 1, of course, everyone knows he scored 35 points in game 1, a 2.37 rating in the quarter 1, which is where he scored most of his points. 67% from the field. Jalen Brunson had an all-time great playoff series, and he is the main reason why the Knicks are going to the Eastern Conference Finals. I hate to say it, I really do, but I said in my short yesterday, whoever comes out of the East to go to the Eastern Conference Finals between the Pistons and the Cavaliers, good luck, because you are really, really, really going to need it. You guys are going to have to shoot, either one of you teams, Pistons, Cavs, you guys are going to have to shoot almost perfect in order to beat this Knicks team. But that's all I have for the Postmetrics Show episode 4. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and please make sure to subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications. If you love sports, I guarantee you're going to fall in love with this channel because I always upload daily shorts, weekly episodes to the show, posts so you guys can vote and everything. So, with that being said, I'm going to sign off. I'm Pulse Metrics, and you watch the Pulse Metrics Show. Peace.